Good morning, you guys, and welcome to the craziest week of my life. Honestly, I am not sure how I'm going to survive this week. I'm not sure how I'm going to manage all of the things that I need to manage this week, but we've got this, right? It's exactly 1 week until my siblings arrive, so they arrive next Monday. And currently where the house is at right now, I still do not have a railing. None of my steps are done, like even these steps. Yeah, everything's gonna fall into place this week. So let's start with like an update of the house, and then I'll give you the full rundown. First up, we officially have an outline around the stairs, meaning the railings can go in. So I ended up giving my flooring guy a deadline. I just booked my railing people and I was like, you gotta get done by this date. Like, at least this needs to be done by this date. So that is today. Railings are being installed today, which is crazy. So yes, we officially have a topper. Let me actually show you like this one spot right here, because this detailing, I'm obsessed with. I mean, honestly, there's gonna be like a post there for the railing, but still, I love it. I think it's so incredibly cute. So this is all done. They filled in the floors where like they nailed and like the other imperfections and stuff. So this is all filled in and ready for sanding. We got the big sander machine here. So they have to come first thing this morning and sand around here specifically, because then railings are being installed. The entry, can we just take a moment for the entry? I'm obsessed with this, oh my gosh. When I like saw them start, oh man, it looks so dang good. So they ended up having to replace all of the flooring underneath here. Can you guys see this like fresh board right there? Because there was tile here and the stuff to like hold the tile down, they couldn't scrape it off. Like it was easier for them to just replace all of the board. So that took a good bit of time to replace this whole entire section, and then they started laying this. There's going to be an outline all around this. So when thinking through this area, he asked me, he was like, do you want this to continue into the closet? And I was like, honestly, no one's gonna notice, and I would prefer that the outline come around here and go straight back and around this way instead of like tucking into the closet. Like I think that would look goofy, so we laid it straight. I didn't do shit. They laid it straight in here, and then this is all the herringbone continued. There's still nothing on the steps. Like these steps aren't even prepped or anything. So let's talk about timeline a little bit. I'm going to set you guys down on the sander because I don't feel like setting up a tripod right now. Today is Monday, obviously. So what's happening today, the floor sanding is starting. They're gonna be putting in the railings. The entryway should be done, as well as the steps. They claim should be done, but honestly, they told me that they would be done like several times and they have not been done. That I'm not too worried about, because I know without a doubt it's going to get done this week, because sanding is starting today. Staining is supposed to start tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. Okay, so Tuesday, staining is supposed to start. My dad arrives with the cabinets. Very exciting. Wednesday, my dad and I are going to be working on the back bathroom / I think he's really going to be working on the back bathroom. I'm not sure how helpful I am going to be. The floor should be finished Wednesday. They honestly need to be finished Wednesday because the cabinets arrive on Tuesday with my dad, but then we actually have other people coming to help install the cabinets. You've seen them on my videos before. Joe and Carl, the other two guys that have been here, like they were helping with all this stuff, they're coming back. So they are installing the cabinets on Thursday, 1 week before Thanksgiving. And then what's happening on Friday? Oh, I actually got to call movers today so that stuff can be moved into place on Friday so that I can have furniture. And then I have got legitimately 2 days to get this house kind of in order to have guests. We got this, right? Yeah. So I'm kind of bootleg vlogging this right now because my flooring guys should be here honestly any minute. I'm not even sure what time it is, but they've been arriving around like 8 o'clock every morning. I think it might be like 7:30 right now, so I might have some time. So yesterday, I ended up getting this massive box delivered to my house. This is supposed to be my laundry room light. So I originally purchased the same lights that I had in the upstairs hallway in my last house for the current master closet as well as the laundry room. Well, I ended up finding this light and I fell in love with it, and I was like, I need to find a spot for it in my house, and the only spot that made sense was the laundry room, and I was like, wait, why don't I just move the laundry room light to this hallway light? So that is now this hallway light, and this is going to be the laundry room light. Amazon being Amazon. I'm so excited. Oh, this is gorgeous. Yes, this is gonna be so pretty. Oh, I'm excited. Wow. Can't wait to put that up. Oh my gosh, yes. And then I also have the light for my office. I've actually had this for a while, but I figured I should share it with you guys. Oh gosh, I forgot how heavy this thing is. Anyone remember this? This was from the entryway in my last house. I spent so long looking for lights for my office and the entryway, and when it came down to it, like what I really wanted to do for the office just like was not gonna fit the flow of this house, and like the decor style and stuff for this house, like it did not make any sense. So I ended up coming back to this one, which I love this light so much, but I honestly forgot how heavy it was. I remember it took 2 people to put up the last one. So sadly, I might need someone to help me put this up. Just because it's so freaking heavy. I also just gotta call you guys that my railings cannot be installed today. Let's hope this is the only delay of the whole entire week. Let's hope this is not a sign for the week. This is going to be the only delay. So the guy that was supposed to be on my project is sick, and the other people are out on other projects. So they asked if they could push me to Wednesday, and sadly Wednesday does not work for me because Wednesday, like the top coat and stuff of the hardwoods is supposed to be on, or like they're gonna finish up the staining and stuff then. So I'm like, that's not gonna work at all. So I asked them to push it to Thursday, because Thursday the only thing that should be happening is the cabinet. So that's like not in the way at all. So better happen Thursday. I am looking rough at the end of day 2. They are still in my driveway. I haven't even left yet, but amazing progress was made today. So let me actually just flip the camera around. There's no point in you seeing my face because this is ridiculous. Starting with the entryway, you guys. I wish you could have seen this before they actually put all the filler in, because it is gorgeous. And I mean, you're gonna like see it here soon, but the outline is officially laid, and then they did like fill in all the cracks. There was like tiny little pieces of wood that they had to put in like around like this area and stuff. So this is all prepped and ready to be sanded. Out here, the dining room, office, and kitchen have already been sanded. We are going to ignore that right now. We will get to it in a second. The living room, they just filled in all of the cracks today because this was mainly like their prep space. They were cutting wood and stuff for here, cutting for the stairs, which, hold on, wait, let the camera focus. The stairs, you can see that like no serious progress was made. They ended up laying 1 extra step today. So that has to happen tomorrow. But yeah, this was the workspace. So they cleaned this all up, filled in the cracks. And then you guys, oh my gosh, we have to come over here. Look at this vent. I'm so excited. Yes, I got matching vent covers. They were like, do you want this? And I was like, well, what's the cost? And then I was like, you know what, do it. Like, it's so worth it. It's like a cool touch. It makes it seem so bougie. I freaking love it. So what we were just doing was talking about some stain options. The hard thing is with daylight savings, it is dark as heck out. So we didn't lay these until it was dark, and I am just operating off of these lights, and it's very, very hard to tell. Plus the top, like, they put a sealant on it so I could actually see like what this is going to look like with the sealant, which is crazy because like you can't even tell. Like there's one right here, okay? But then this is nothing. This is just the top coat compared to what it looks like without a top coat on it, or like the sealant or whatever it's called. So it's insane how much these colors have shifted with this on it. So I'm really glad that they did that for me so I can see it. But I have tonight and tomorrow to figure out what I want to do. I told him, I was like, I need to see it in the daylight before I commit to this, because this space gets so much light. And I was like, this seems really dark, but what if during the day it's not that dark? I definitely do not want to go that dark though. So I might go like one of those 2 over there. I did like this one, but this one looks so compared to this now. My only thing is with just the sealant, do you see this like pink tone in there? This is pulling up very, very pink. So I think this stain cuts out the pink. My goal is to find a like medium brown. Like I still want it light, but like I don't want it as light as my last house. Like I want like a nice medium brown, and I just need to see tomorrow in the daylight what this is going to look like. But I did receive some sad news today, you guys. it's just like delays on delays on delays on delays on delays, which is like what happens when, just like any house stuff really is just like delays. So my cabinets were supposed to be done end of October. And then it was like, they'll be done this week. They'll be done this week. They'll be done by Tuesday. And my dad apparently talked to the guy today and he was like, yeah, they'll be done 5 p.m. today. So my dad was like, well, I'm not picking them up and leaving then. So he is picking them up tomorrow, heading this way, and he won't get here until probably like midnight tomorrow, which is pretty late. I kind of wish he was able to get here today because I would have like wanted to like almost pull out a cabinet and be like, okay, what does this actually look like with the cabinets, with the floor? Like, what does this look like? But it's okay. It's like really not that big of a deal. I don't think it's gonna affect it all that much. Plus I got like the beams and everything else to go off of, so it'll be fine. It's just, I gotta see this in daylight. This is impossible. Because last night they looked so different than this morning, and even this morning it's still overcast, so it's not as bright as it's supposed to be, or it's going to be. And I'm pretty sure this is actually what I used in my last house, and on really, really bright days in my last house, it almost pulled up more of a yellow tone. And I know like this house is even brighter, so like these two won't do. Like I thought this was cool last night, but in the daylight it doesn't work. Like in the daylight this looks so much lighter, but this is still way too dark. So I think I'm actually between these two over here. And it might seem silly to some people, but like to me, yes, it does matter how it pulls up on camera. So I'm like, how is this looking on camera? How will this look in real life? This is so difficult. Like this is one of the things that I struggle with picking out because it's such a big commitment. Like you lay it and there's going back. You can sand over it again, but I'm not, like I just gotta pick the right one. I have officially lost my mind. So this board I pulled up from the basement. It was in my spare bedroom. If you remember, I had to take that with me. So this is kind of giving me a vibe of like what the cabinets would look like. It's gonna be a darker brown. I feel like seeing this on camera, it's pulling up a little bit different than in real life. And then I pulled a white tile that's gonna go in the master bathroom just because like I know the countertops are gonna be white. So it's like the vibe for the kitchen. Do we like this lighter one or do we like the darker one? I also pulled up my light fixture here because I'm like, okay, in daylight, wow, hold on, I gotta change my camera settings. What will this look like? You know, because I'm telling you it's dark in here. You may not believe me, but it is dark in here compared to what it usually is. So it's like in bright, bright light, I'm loving this. I'm really loving this. I don't know if this is gonna be too dark and too comparable, and it might just be because I don't have like the white in between. I don't know, I might be leaning towards this. I just polled my sister and my man, and both of them are saying go lighter. And honestly, in the photos, lighter looks so much better. The stress. I'm stressed. Hold, please. I need to do a reenactment of how I walked out this morning. Oh my gosh. This is the most gorgeous stain I've ever seen. You know, it was better than that. It was more like it was like real. Dude, this is gorgeous though. This is like the craziest shit of my life. Like all of the stress with the floors, the delays, whatever, so freaking worth it because this is freaking wild. The sun came out yesterday. I took a look at the stains. I think I already told you that I asked my sister and my man what one they liked. They liked the lighter one, but when I saw it in daylight, I was like, honestly, the lighter one might pull up too much of a yellow tone. I know if I go with the darker one, it's not going to pull off that yellow, and I'm absolutely going to love it in the daylight because like I loved it when it was like this light, but like in direct daylight today, I'm so incredibly excited to see this, but like you guys, this is freaking wild. The entryway is seriously like one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen. I am truly, truly freaking obsessed with it. So here's the deal. My dad is arriving today with the cabinets. I forgot one key thing. So my dad actually called me the day before when he picked up the cabinets. He like drove overnight. Like, what a man. What a man. He called me when he picked up the cabinets and he was like, hey, you know they're unfinished, right? And I was like, no. What? They're unfinished? He was like, yeah. They're like ready to be stained and painted. I didn't know. There was some kind of miscommunication. So I am going to try to see if I can get movers to come today. So I called movers yesterday, funny enough, to set them up for Monday. So they're set on Monday to move my furniture, which is the day that my family's arriving. We're fine over here. But my dad was like, you know what, it's going to make our life so much easier if we just have movers move the cabinets in because they're freaking heavy. And I understand that. So I'm gonna call movers first thing this morning when they open and see if I can have them come today. If not, first thing tomorrow morning. If not, we will be doing it ourselves. Let's just hope we really don't have to do that. The railing gets installed today. The flooring people come back. Hold on, I gotta like reposition out one of my camera because the steps, there's 2 more steps right here that need done. Previously, the staircase ended right here. So do you see how that board only stops right here? Well, my flooring guy asked me yesterday, he was like, hey, do you want this to continue? And like drew this line here where it should continue. And I was like, you know what? Do you think it looks goofy without it? And he was like, hell yes, it looks goofy without it. So he asked, he was like, can your dad do it or do you want me to do it? And I was like, just freaking like get it done, just do it at this point. So this needs built out on the side, the wood, and then we will have the rest of the stairs. I'm just operating barefoot up here because I don't want to mess up the stain. Oh my gosh, that appears so gorgeous on camera. Wow, I'm so excited. So all of these stairs, we've got toppers 4 as well as backboards 4. We do not have anything on these steps, any of these, so that still has to get done. And then down here, the bottom 2 steps still need done. So of course, like as things go with this house, this last step isn't attached to anything because why would it be? So he is going to actually nail that in today and then it's actually going to be reshaped and then put a topper on that. Yeah, I'm getting cabinets for like my kitchen dropped off. So yeah, they just need to be brought inside.
All right, you have a great day.
Thank you, you too. We got movers lined up. I know my dad's gonna be super happy about that because he just doesn't want to carry these cabinets in, man. Like freaking, I don't even want to know how much these cabinets weigh because they're like good quality cabinets, you know? Ooh, heck yes, heck yes. The railing guys just got here. So one last look at the death trap. I know you guys have been so freaking terrified of this. It really like has not been that big of a deal, but we're getting a railing. My dad just showed up in the biggest truck. Like, I'm in disbelief how big this thing is. You guys see how close it is? You got a big enough truck?
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
Oh, I miss you.
You too. It's been a while. Movers are gonna be here in like 30 minutes to move this.
What? Really?
Yeah, they first said like 2 to 4, and I was like, okay. And then they called and they were like, can we come in 30 minutes? And I was like, can I push you an hour? Wow. Unfinished cabinets. Wow. Oh. Well, we have 2 hiccups. One, the indoor railing is done. I will give you guys like an up close look at it, but it is gorgeous and insane and it's just so freaking wild. But they went to give me the invoice and I was like, what about the outside railing? And thankfully on the invoice is the exterior railing, but it wasn't loaded up. They had no idea that that was part of the project. So they have to come back for the exterior railing, which is fine, but this has been built and ready to be installed for a little bit now. They were just like holding off because I was like, you guys can come and do the exterior if you want, but like it didn't make sense for them to drive out here twice. So they were like, no, we're just gonna do the whole project at once. And then there was some kind of miscommunication. So thankfully it's on the invoice, it will get done. Second hiccup is a pretty big one. And by big, I mean massive. The lighting is just like not great here. So this cabinet doesn't fit. And we have 3 of them. that is the fridge wall. And I don't think we took into consideration the flooring, and I thought we did. I thought Carl and I thought that through of like, okay, well then there's gonna be a quarter inch or like whatever. I really thought we thought that through, but it is the exact measurement of like floor to ceiling. Like it is touching. And really they should have like left like a little bit of a gap so we could have like trimmed the top. It's okay. It's just like now we need to cut off like 1/2 inch or something so that they can actually fit. So, just so you can see what this is gonna look like, obviously there will be a second door. We got storage up top here, plain shelves, and then these awesome pull outs, 3 of them. And they're so deep too. It's like you can fit like a whole ketchup bottle there, you know? That's what I'm clearly concerned about. Oh my gosh, the soft glow is giving me life. We officially have an island. Look at this. Look at this. Like it's all one unit. The doors, soft close, baby. Oh my gosh. This is, gosh, I don't even know how many feet this is. I really don't even remember. But my microwave is gonna go here. This is a trash drawer. Oh wait, it's a whole thing. I always forget. I'm like, how do I open this? So it's a whole thing, but then there's an extra drawer on top. Trash. So exciting. It's gonna butt up with this, so this makes sense. Countertop is actually gonna go like kind of around it. The only problem is, this is off by like 1 inch. So this needs like built out anyways, or like a panel or something to go on the front of it, so that will be fixed and handled. But there's 4.5 feet of space here. Ignore the drawers. There's some of them that are open because I'm like so excited and I keep opening them and they have fallen off the tracks. So it's like, they don't close properly. But if we open this, okay, with this open, you can still have like, even with me squatting, there's so much room. It's not like you have to like open it from the side. Oh, you guys, I'm pumped. By the way, this one is not put into place because we need to cut holes for where the plumbing and stuff needs to go. So it's like we need to figure out where that is before we can do that, before this can then slide into place. This is wild.
Are you a vlogger by any chance?
I am, yeah.
She's a huge vlogger.
I'm a huge vlogger. Calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down.
She's a mega vlogger.
Oh my gosh. Update on the whole island situation. Yeah, no, they thought it through. I did not think it through. So there's this like end piece that is here that is perfectly built out too. Of course it's built out to specs. Like, of course it is, Cathrin. I was just like too over eager. We have a fridge though, and our 3 things sitting in there, but we have a semi-kitchen, you guys. Looks a bit chaotic, but kitchen. We're just gonna do something a little bit weird. That angle is not great. Can I like angle you guys down a little bit? It's better, at least there's not like too much happening here. So, it's Friday. My family arrives in 3 days, and the main project for today is cabinet install. So, a lot of things happened yesterday in terms of the cabinets, and honestly, here's the deal. Putting in cabinets should be relatively easy, as long as you bought the right cabinets, like they're the right size, and as long as your floor is level, it's pretty easy to put in cabinets. Well, I hit both of those problems. So the first one, the cabinets being the wrong size, not exactly sure what happened there. Honestly, like when we did the first measure of the kitchen, sent it to the guy that was building the cabinets, then did a second measure of the kitchen, like final measure, make sure everything was right. There were so many things that were wrong. Like, and it wasn't our measurements that were wrong, it was the guy's measurements that were wrong. So like now it's like, well, like who messed up? It's not that big of a deal. But basically from floor to ceiling is 95, in some areas it's 95.5, and that's with the flooring. And I know that we accounted for the flooring when we thought through those cabinets. So we think that the cabinet guy messed up a little bit, and thankfully it's not that big of a deal, like we were able to fix it. But even this ceiling in there slightly slopes at the beginning. So at the beginning, it's 94. And there's no way for us to get the cabinets in because you can't like lay them down and flip them up. You don't have room for that. You need to like shuffle slide them in, and we couldn't do that because the front was too low because the cabinets were exactly 95 and the ceiling is 95. And it's funny because the cabinet guy even told them, like, you're gonna have plenty of room, it's gonna be no big deal. No, we had no room. So shout out to Carl, he had to cut my cabinets yesterday. So cabinets were cut at the top. You won't even notice them. Like you really won't notice that we had to do that. And thankfully it was like only a tiny bit that had to be cut off. So like it wasn't that big of a deal. Because there was no way of like sending the cabinets back and like getting rebuilt, like that wasn't happening. So not that big of a deal. One of the cabinets is in, the other two will be put in today, but the main problem is the fact that the floor is not level. So back when we decided to expand the kitchen, you guys remember that project, the deck, like it was a deck there, full roof over it, like all good. It was very easy to expand it and just to like build that in as a wall, but the deck is leaning away from the house so that if by chance like water came in, it would run off and away from the house, like as it should be. You don't want water running towards your house. So when we were doing that extension, we knew that like the floor was gonna have to be leveled. So I had my flooring guy come out then, my dad and I explained the project to him, like what's going on. We were like, what do you want us to do? Like, do you want us to take it on? Do you want to take it on? We thought it would be easier for him to do it, so then it's just like done perfectly the way that they want it. And he was like, yeah, here's a solution. Here's a photo of what I've done in the past, like no big deal. Well, you guys know there's been like a million hiccups with these like floors, okay? They didn't end up leveling it. Yeah, so it's like pretty sloped, and in one area it's pretty dramatic, and to get those cabinets level, like I honestly don't even think that we're gonna touch those cabinets today. I think that's just gonna be a future project because it's like an inch off. Like so we're gonna have to like build something underneath to make it, yeah. So it just like kind of stinks. And thankfully, like you won't be able to tell once it's all said and done, but it's just like a ton of little shims that they're putting in, and like they got like a laser level going and like measuring and like pulling up and like doing all that, and it's a lot of work. So it's not a quick and easy install like we thought it was going to be. But it's gonna be gorgeous. Like it's going to be absolutely insane. It's just like a little bit more work than, it's a lot more work than what we were all expecting. So yeah, last night they were only able to do like maybe a third of it. Today, basically the rest of it is gonna get done. I don't even think that we're gonna touch a bar. I am definitely not going to have a dishwasher for Thanksgiving, and I'm not worried about it. Like if we have a sink installed and all my other appliances are installed, I'm fine. Like I don't need a dishwasher, we can hand wash. We have got 6 grown adults with 2 hands that can wash some dishes. So, like I'm not really phased there. It's just like getting everything else done. So yeah. Oh, did I even mention that they're like cutting some drywall too? I like came back from getting Starbucks with my dad and they were cutting drywall and we were like, so yeah, the walls aren't even straight. Like it's just like old house problems, you know, like the ceiling's not straight, the walls aren't straight, the floor wasn't straight. And even then, like I mentioned, the deck was sloped. In reality, the kitchen is kind of like this. I mean, just this is very dramatic, okay? But it's kind of like this, where the center is the highest, and like even the part that was enclosed, that was part of the kitchen, is sloped. So it's like leveling out both sides of cabinets. And I'm so glad that there's such like attention to detail people, especially Carl. So Carl, fun fact, let me just like put him on blast here for a second. He used to be like a trim guy. So he has done houses like Mark Cuban. You know who Mark Cuban is, right? So he's very much so like good at like the finishing touches, crown molding, like everything, like any trim, like he's really good at it. So like that little attention to detail, he's very, very good at. And I'm so grateful for that. So it's like the feeding of the cabinets are cool, and I can give you guys like an up close look at that. I'll just like insert pictures here so you can see it. They're cool, but sadly because we have to level them all out, I'm gonna have to cover them up. So like we're gonna have like a baseboard go in front, which is gonna make it really smooth and like clean, but it's not that like custom cool look, you know? But it's not that big of a deal. So we're getting freaking cabinets, you guys. Like kitchen is going to be in place at the end of the day. They did buy boards so that we can have countertops, sink will be installed, everything. It'll all be good. Enough of me rambling. Honestly, it's been far too long. Let me drink my venti matcha here. When my dad's in town, we go to Starbucks every single day. It's where he gets his breakfast and he needs his coffee, so. Another day, another Starbucks. Dude, it's 4:28. It's been a hell of a day. My heater is now not working for the house, or the upstairs unit isn't working. The downstairs unit is brand new, so that one's like working like a champ. The upstairs unit isn't doing shit, which is not great because it was like 20 last night, and I think it's a low of at least like 30 some tonight. So I need to see if I can figure that out. I'm exhausted. Let me give you like a quick look at like where we're at right now and what's going on. Once I get the energy to do so. Let's start with the unfinished section. This wasn't even touched because, like I explained, this is going to be the most dramatic area to do and is quite honestly not important for like Thanksgiving or just like everyday use. Like this is legitimately the bar, but so you guys understand what's gonna happen there. Ooh, bar, cute. Okay, the island. Look at that thing. Look how sexy that island is. Oh my gosh, ain't nothing sexier. Am I right? Am I right? Look at the like side panels. That's so gorgeous. So my countertop is gonna come out this far and then plus like a little, and then this will be bar area. We have got cabinets back here with soft close hinges. Oh my gosh, just goals. My pantry, just the pantry wall, you guys, like this is freaking epic. This is just the coolest thing ever. So yeah, we'll be opening them like this for a little bit. And then I've got pull out drawers, all that storage, all this storage, soft close, gorgeous. And they actually fixed all of my drawers because some of the drawers came off in transportation. Like the left side on most of them came off for some reason, which was really odd. But look at this detailing. I'm pretty sure I never shared with you guys like the final draw designs, what I came up with, but I wanted this, like my original plan was to actually have this side be popped out to totally match the oven. So like that's what I did with this wall. Like these are 28 deep. They're very deep, but I wanted the fridge to be relatively flush. It has to stick out a little for the doors to open, but I wanted it to be as flush as possible. And I wanted the same thing for the range. What I ultimately decided was to like make it look a little bit more custom was to make these 28 and these a normal 24. So then this isn't like taking up too much room and it just like perfectly mirrors on both sides. So let's see, did they fix this drawer too? They did not fix this drawer. Okay, I was gonna say they fixed most of them, but I didn't even ask them about these. So anyways, this one I do need to fix. This is gonna have like baking sheets and stuff in it. Honestly, there's 2 drawers underneath for baking sheets as well. And then I've got this, so it's like I got a lot of room for baking sheets. And then over here, this one I'm very excited about. Oh, I think this one is actually on its tracks. That's exciting. So oil, whatever I need to cook with can go right here, like my basic spices and stuff. And then I've got 2 more shelves for spices and things. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so like, just a complete ease of use. No, this one isn't in. No, it's not in. Drats. Okay, I gotta do that then. But this one is definitely on, and I gotta clean this up. But gorgeous, I love them. This was actually built wrong, so this is going to be an appliance garage. That was the plan. Countertop will end up continuing the whole way through. Maybe we might actually have room. We were like debating, we were like, is it gonna fit right that like the countertop is gonna butt up and it's not gonna look right, or will countertop go the whole way through? So to be determined how that's going to look, but that is an appliance garage. So this was supposed to have like an accordion thing. It was gonna like loop up and in or go straight up, and it ended up coming with 2 doors on it. So this is going to be fixed and handled, and it will look different. Over on this side, actually, hold on, wait, the island on this side, microwave spot, extra storage, so much storage. This is the trash can. Like, I'm pretty sure I already shared this with you guys. Trash can, and then this one I do not think is on its tracks either. Oh no, that is on tracks. Okay, I think it was just a little snug because I haven't pulled it yet. So like my trash bags and things will go all right here. That's like so freaking nice. So I gotta actually buy trash cans to fit in here. I gotta figure out what those measurements are. Oh my, I'm obsessed. This is so freaking cool. More storage. This will be the dishwasher. The dishwasher was not hooked up. We do have a sink. This is the old sink that was in the house. You know, keep in touch with old. Just kidding. There will be a brand new sink here. This is just temporary. So we'll wash all our dishes and stuff there. Cabinets. This, yeah, we most definitely, I was gonna say, I don't think we even touched this. Oh, this opens this way? Oh, I expected it to go the other way. Okay. Yeah, there's a lazy Susan situation that goes in there. Interesting. I expected it. It doesn't really matter, honestly. But the oven is hooked up and on. The one problem is the cord did not actually reach behind where it's supposed to reach, so that will end up being fixed, but temporarily it is fine like that. And I think that is it for the updates, you guys. Oh, and this door situation will be figured out in the future as well. But like, look at my little sneaky door. Very exciting, sneaky door. That will end up looking like these over here. And then this will like be like trimmed out and will look pretty and everything in the future. But it looks so fire though, like from far away. Can we just get like one look at this? I should have had the guys help me move the dishwasher before they left. But the flooring guys will be back on Sunday and that needs to move anyways. So you get the picture. This is what it's gonna look like. They will be finished in a totally different color and it will look freaking epic. But as of right now, I mean, it already looks so epic. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed. Look at the light placement too. I didn't even like evaluate the light placement. That is so perfect, like spot on, exactly where we wanted it. And we've planned that before we even drew out the kitchen. Like crazy. Or like the final draw. We had like a general map out, but like the final, wow. Oh, I'm obsessed. So cool. First meal at this house. Perfectly level. I actually get to move into this house. Happy Vlogmas, you guys. The sink was leaking in 2 different spots. Who designed this? I'm gonna speak to their manager. How do you keep getting out? You know, some people would think this is like absolutely insane. Soon. This is no good. Comments have been disabled. These things are so smooth. I just don't feel like it.